Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl China. Welcome to God's Greatest Gift. I wanted to do a video on the narcissistic mother and how she grooms her sons. But before I get into that, I want to stress to you guys to like, share, and subscribe to these videos. Hit that notification button so that other people can get a hold of this content just as you are. I wanted to do a video to give you guys some insight as to why the narcissistic male abandons his family and his children. From what I've learned, the mother grooms the sons to be providers, to be son husbands to them. And so from the time that they can, really be independent on their own, which is at the age of 5, that's when the mother throws responsibilities on that child, especially if they are younger siblings. And when these people are on drugs or they're out being 304s out there in the streets doing whatever God knows that they're doing, these responsibilities fall upon the oldest child. And so it puts responsibility on that child to provide for himself and for his siblings. And that is how the mother groomed the son to be a provider for her and her siblings. His siblings, while she run the streets. And when that narcissistic son gets older, it's even more pressure because the mother will guilt trip the son. I did this for you. I did that for you. Your dad isn't ish. He wasn't in your life. I took care of you, and places that guilt on that son. And so now that son feels like he has to provide. But when that son gets into a relationship, that mother sees that relationship as a competition and that she has to destroy that relationship from behind the scenes because she knows that that woman is now going to be provided for when she wants to be provided for, when she do not want to have a job, when she do not want to take care of her bills. She needs that son to be that provider for her. So the minute that narcissistic son starts telling the mother things that's going on in their relationship, the mother is behind the scenes encouraging that son to continue to abuse you, to be able to have good favor with that son. And the reason she does that too is because she do not want that son to come back to her home because she know he's a tyrant. She know that it's not going to be good for her because now he has reversed it and is guilt tripping her for the way that she treated him and the things that she done and how he had to provide for his siblings and himself while she was running the streets and while she were bringing different men in the home around them, further traumatizing them and neglecting them. And bringing these men just to sleep with, they're not even providing. They don't even know your children's names. They're one-night stands. They're not long-term relationships. They're getting involved with men that are not even caring about the kids, are just there. And so the narcissist is seeing this. And as they grow up, they decide to become selfish and to do for themselves. And so they get into these relationships and it's a transaction. It's I provide, you take this abuse. I provide, you shut up and let me cheat in peace. I provide, you don't give me no hell. I provide, my word is law. I provide, you have no right to complain. Your rights are taken away once you enter into a relationship with these people. And so the mother is behind the scenes encouraging this abuse. And if you are one of them women like I was that did not allow that narcissist to provide for that mother, oh, it's hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay. She is going to be very vengeful. She's going to be behind the scenes, making sure that she destroy your relationship, putting things in that narcissist's head, telling him you should leave her, you should cheat on her. I have somebody for you. Such and such acts for you. You can always come back home. Future faking him, telling him all these things that he want to hear. And that is what allows them to prepare for the discard, because now they have this support system behind him, and they know that they can either run home, or if that relationship fails with you, they can run to someone else. And that's why these people abandon their families and their children. It's not just them, it's people behind the scenes in their ear, mainly that mother in that ear, selling them a future, a fairy tale, that life is so much better outside of that relationship. And that, oh, I told you so. I told you if you abandoned me, that that was going to fail, that you were going to be miserable. I told you so. I know this because that's what happened in my marriage behind the scenes. And he would tell me that his mother would say these things. And so the mother know what that son is, but they just hate when that son goes off and get into another relationship and that exits them out of the box. So now they have to work behind the scenes to destroy your relationship wherever they can get in. And they will recruit the siblings, the grandparents, the father into that whole situation, so that that narcissist can think that not that person has a valid point, because everybody else is validating that as well. And so the mother grooms the child to be a provider and to provide for them. And when you come in between that, you are now a competition to the mother. You are now a target to the mother. And the mother will help that narcissist abuse you, especially if you go to them and tell them that the things that their son is doing to you. They will join in on the abuse and call you names and ask you, what did you do for him to do that to you? What did you say for him to do that? Mothers will help their sons abuse you. They will even tell you you're not ish. You're the reason that that happened. I was called a bitch. So, I mean, I know. And I shut that situation down for years. I never spoke to that woman again. And this was in the beginning of the relationship, in less than a year, because that mother disrespected me, and I have never done anything to her. I just heard a conversation where she thought the phone hung up on me because I asked her, did she have a problem with me? And she thought her phone died. And she said, do you believe this bitch? And so I listened, and I hung up the phone, and I called her back. Oh, I'm sorry, my phone died. Oh, this, trying to be sweet. But then when I said, I heard you call me a bitch, it was bitch this, bitch that, bitch, 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 bitch. And, she just went in. That mask came off because she couldn't hide it, because I let her know. I heard what you said. And I hung up on that phone on her and never spoke to her again. Now, when he spoke to her, I don't know if he was on a real conversation with her or not, but he called her the B word as well and hung up the phone on her and told her to stay out of his relationship. So he had me fooled the whole time that he was not keeping in contact with his family, but he was keeping in contact with his mother by all means. Narcissists will never remember your phone number, but they will remember by heart the numbers to the people that they need to get in contact with, just in case of emergency, and that person be one sibling and that mother. They know how to get in contact with the main players in their lives, so that in the event that they leave their phone behind or they have to leave you, they know those numbers to contact these people, so that their support system can be in play. And narcissists are notorious for having secondary phones. I found that out the hard way. Had a phone that I didn't even know about, but the whole time had us sharing a phone as if that was the only phone. But he had a whole nother phone that his mistress gave him and that he was using to get in contact with her because they worked together. That's another story for me to tell. But yes, that mother is behind the scenes trying to destroy you. Even if the narcissist is not even smearing your name, that mother is smearing your name way before the narcissist does. And then when he comes along and smears your name, that just validates what she's been saying the whole time. And so now the family hates you, has an axe to grind with you, even though they know who this person is. But that mother is the one who's telling everybody that you have this grudge against her. You're taking her son away from her. She can't talk to him. It feels like he's in prison. He doesn't visit. And this is all done by design. The narcissist stayed away from his family and had them believing that I was the one keeping him away from his family so that they all can hate me because they know who he is. And so he started employing tactics where it looked like I was the one doing all of this. I was keeping him from his family. And that's how he got people to turn on me. That he wasn't allowed to have a phone. That he wasn't allowed to have a Facebook. But see, when people are hell-bent on being against you, it doesn't take much for them to believe. Because anytime somebody can plan a whole affair and claim to not have a phone, is a whole liar. And that's exactly what he did. So I just wanted to give you guys some insight as to how the mother grooms the son to provide, to be a provider. And I know a situation where the mother, she will have the son come back, especially when they're in a hard place. See, we want the narcissist to collapse due to no supply, but that's only temporary because they can always run back to their mother. And like I said, they go back to be a provider. Mom would love for them to come home. Mom would love for them to live there as long as they're going to provide. But if they're going to be a nuisance, then the mother will place that responsibility upon another son. And so, yes, they teach them to be criminals, to get out there and sell narcotics, steal from stores, anything to provide and to support the family and support a habit so that the mother can be provided for. And so that's how these mothers groom their sons to be providers for them. They don't want them in other relationships, but they don't mind them being in another relationship as long as they're getting some of that money, as long as they're getting some of that attention, as long as they're getting the praise. Because the mother don't want the girl to be the praise, get the praises for him being somebody, him having a better job, him having a better life, because you're showing her up, because she couldn't provide that for him. But when they get in a relationship with you and they have a better life, a life that they have never seen before, that mother gets jealous because you're showing that she was the problem. You're showing the family that she was the problem, people that she was the problem because she couldn't provide a decent life for them. And then you come into the picture and provide a better life for them by elevating their life. Now you are a threat to her reputation, to her being a parent. And this is the case with my situation. Even though they all ended up in the foster care, she still don't feel like that she was a bad mother. And at the end of the day, they see her for who she is, and she see them for who they are. And they won't. This lady is in need of a kidney, and not one of those children will step up to give her a kidney. That's just how cold-blooded they are. When these people are against you, they are against you. It's a love-hate relationship with their mother. And when they're with you, that's what it is. You're their mother now. Have you ever heard a narcissist, when you try to hold them accountable, say, "You're not my mother"? Because now they're seeing you as a parental figure. You're holding them accountable. And they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be in trouble. They remember those days when they would get in trouble as a child and be held accountable. And mothers give their sons the silent treatment to program them. And that's why they do it to us. They're doing what they learned from their mother. And so, guys, just know that the mother is the mastermind behind your relationship. She is the main failure, the reason for the failure of your relationship or your marriage, because she is behind the scenes. And also the new supply is behind the scenes as well. But this is not about the new supply. This is about that mother and that grandmother, those mother figures in these male narcissist lives that's helping destroy their lives because they want to be provided for. So guys, I just hope that you guys enjoy this video, get this message out. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification because I will be doing a video on the narcissistic mother and how she groomed her daughters. So guys, until then, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helpful. Thank you for watching.